How's it going, everybody? This is Siri here, and this is a blog I did not want to do. What we have today is overpowered insights and updates. That means overpowered is here to stay, and you know my thoughts on this. I've expressed it many times. Well, it is staying, and they're actually going to expand on it. So let's go ahead, read this, and we'll just have to take it together. So, commanders, first we want to thank you for all the feedback you've shared with us about overpowered. You're welcome, I guess. Your experience in Marvel Strike Force is important to us, and today we'd like to update you on our plans. As we shared in our original Overpowered blog, our goal is to ensure your hard-earned progress is useful and provides an effective boost in combat. Marvel Strike Force is a game of character collection and progression, resource management, and squad-based combat. Many of the rewards you earn through gameplay are for upgrading your levels, gear, and ISO 8, and that needs to feel satisfying and make your character stronger. As Marvel Strike Force has grown over the years, new progression has become less effective in helping you win combats, so just expand on it, seriously. Add a 4th diamond, introduce ISO Purple 8. There are so many different ways you can do this that makes it more interesting. I'd rather have what they do in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes than this. This is lazy, it's boring, it's irritating when they could have done something like, I don't know, do datacrons or datacons or whatever you want to call it over there. I'd even take that over this system. We feel there are two key reasons behind this. As the stats got bigger overall, each new level made less of a difference to a combat formulas. No, it didn't. Going from 100 to 105 is like a 20% boost. It's insane. Character design has evolved over the years, and increasingly powerful character abilities have made stat progression less meaningful. That's a you problem, that's not a us problem. One approach to solving this could have been adding increased large number of new character levels, gear tiers, and ISO 8 upgrades. This had some downsides. It would devalue progression for newer players and inflate character power numbers to unreasonable levels. We already are at like the 2 millions in power level when Xavier gets 3 diamonds. We can see that on the website. It's Yu-Gi-Oh numbers, that's what it is. It also wouldn't scale well over time, with the numbers needing to grow exponentially over the next few years to be impactful. Instead, Overpowered was created to address this in a way that scales well, by keeping your underlying stats in reasonable levels and adding a bonus if you're fighting an enemy weaker than you. Why? This ensures progression remains valuable as we continue to develop Marvel Strike Force. We've had an opportunity to gather data from hundreds of thousands of your battles and review the impact of Overpowered on the game, and we do not care. Oh, it doesn't say that, sorry. Gameplay data like this is crucial for understanding how our diverse community of players interacts with character progression and combat in a way that no amount of internal testing can accomplish. After reviewing the data, here's what we're seeing. While Overpowered is impactful, it is not overcoming skillful play and good squad selection in most cases. So you basically saying all of the characters older than basically Spider-Verse doesn't matter. So by using Gamma into Spider-Verse, by using these 2-year to 3-year punch-ups of these teams like Underworld and stuff, it doesn't matter. Got it. So just invest in new is what this is saying. Don't worry about anything old. So if you're starting right now, anything Ares and over, just throw your resources in that, which we already knew. However, don't even bother trying to use teams older than that, even if you like those characters. Players are choosing their battles more strategically and relying on proven counters, which allows them to find success in combat through smart decisions, even when taken on higher powered opponents. Overpowered makes the most difference in matchups where one squad has significantly more progression than the other. This is an expected outcome, as a big gap in progression should make a difference in battle. Based on these findings, we do not plan to change the combat bonus provided by Overpowered, as they support a healthy progression and balance. In what world is this a healthy progression when people are quitting the game and I'm even questioning why I'm playing this game? This is insane, and this is worse than the new character release they did a year ago. This is going to hurt so many players that's just starting out and you're going to see why. That said, after thoroughly analyzing player data, it became evident that many mid-game and casual players would benefit from earlier access to overpowered system. You read this right. They are introducing this insane system to newer and mid-game players, making it to where they are going to be more frustrated than us, because do you remember that power jump from going from like 70 to 75, those stat jumps alone, and then we add the gear onto it? They're going to be experiencing that. Way to go. Awesome decision making. Based on the above, we'll be revising the threshold needed to unlock each overpowered level. Our goals with these updates are make it easier for players to get into the early and mid levels of overpowered, reasonable requirements to attain each level so progress feels possible and within reach, provide a valuable combat boost to players chasing and earning maximum progression for their character levels, gear, and ISO 8. Isn't that nice of you? Here's a list of new overpowered requirements and what they were at launch. Yellow levels have been reduced. Yellow levels have reduced requirements, while green levels stayed the same in the current system. So what we have here is starting at level 50. You can get level 50 within the first couple of days, from my understanding. So they're going to be jumping into this right away. Right here, I have two characters of Ghost pulled up because Ghost just got the rework. This one here is set to level 70. I tried to set Ghost down to like the level 50 range where this basically starts. However, the site was causing issues. But what we can actually see here is at level 70, we have a green 5 because you can't put a blue 5 yet on it. Gear tier 12 has a power of 172k. You can see here the damage is 91,000 with the health of 1.2 million. This Ghost here is level 75, gear tier 13, and you can see the health difference on here is about 200k, which is a pretty good amount when you have 1.2 million health. Damage is 91k, that goes up to 112k, so it's a pretty big boost. Also, because level 75, you're able to put blue ISO on these characters, so you can kind of see the difference on it. Now, if we start factoring in overpowered, it looks like they actually put overpowered on here. You can see now the damage with overpowered goes up to 168k. The focus goes up to 63k because this character here would end up having overpowered going into the other. Let's go ahead and find some characters that's actually newer and more relevant in the game, because I want to actually use new character stats as opposed to that. So let's go ahead and we're just going to use Hyperion as a brawler, new character just come into the game. Let's put the same situation on this one. So we're going to do level 70 over here. And this is going to be a striker character, green 5, calculate power. Oh, we need to drop the gear down to gear tier 12. And this one here is going to be level 75. Because if you guys remember, the jump between going from like that 70 to 75 was insane back in the day. So gear tier 13 right here. So we have a power of 203 and 197. It's not as big of a jump on here. We have a green 5 striker. This one here. Oh, we've got to put the blue 5 on this one. 209. And this one here is 1.6 million health. Hit this here. Is this not calculating correctly? So we have 75 gear tier 13, 70 gear tier 12. Looks like it's not as big of a jump, but the stats look weird because of the health is really different. This is a striker. Oh, we didn't select the class. That's what it is. Here we go. Class. Striker. There we go. 166. So health is 1.9, almost 2 million. So it's about 300 health, 300k health difference. Damage 97k to damage 119k. Now, if we end up putting overpowered on this character, 178, 150 or to 56. So this is about 80k damage increase with this new character. Now, what does that equate to here? So we have level 75 is going to be overpowered 4, punching into overpowered 3. That's kind of where this would end up sitting. I tried getting a 50 to work on here, but the 50s weren't working. Let me try it on this one real quick. See if I get that error message that I was getting before. So this is going to be 50. Yeah, it's not calculating like the 50 for some weird reason. I even tried taking the ISO class off. That wasn't doing it. But you can kind of see what this could end up doing to those mid and early game players, which I don't know why they are thinking this is such a great idea. And the one that we are looking at, where it's the 75 right here, this is gear tier 13, because we can't go up to 14 or 15 yet. In order to hit that, this character needs to be level 85, gear tier 15, and we'll turn the overpowered off. And this is now going to fill the requirements for level 75, gear tier 15, blue 5. So this is going to be overpowered 6 at this point. And this is going to get 416k power, 3.4 million, 204,000 damage. They're going to be punching down 300k. So it's an extra 100,000 damage on how this overpowered is going to end up affecting these newer players that's coming in. So I just don't get it. All of us voiced our concern as far as how this is not healthy. This, if I was a new player walking into Overpower, not knowing what this is or what's going on, this would drive me crazy and probably not log back in once that week ends up finishing up. Because under the week, you should hit that level 50. You're going to start experiencing this very quickly, I feel. But let's go ahead and see what else they have to say. As we move into the next stage of Marvel Strike Force, we want you to feel rewarded for your time and effort spent in game. No. With our new event structure, Seasons, the Intel Store, and many other changes coming to the game soon, engaged players will have the ability to level up their characters to benefit more from Overpowered. No, we won't, because we're going to have to spend that Intel currency, all the other currency in game, on Gear Tier 20 now as endgame players. So if there's ever a time where there's new character shards in there, I don't know if I want to purchase it when Gear Tier 20 Overpowered is causing such a hiccup, especially when you need Gear Tier 20 to get Professor Xavier unlocked. The progression you earn will matter more than ever, and Overpowered will be a valuable tool at your disposal. We generally appreciate the community's passion. No, you don't. You are saying get fucked. It plays a vital role in shaping Marvel Strike Force. We are excited for you to experience what's in store for this in the upcoming age. None of this matters because of this right here. I know a lot of you people are feeling the same way I am. I don't know if I'm going to hop on to stream this weekend because of this. I'm just so tired and burned out with Overpowered. I'll still try to knock out a few videos, but you're going to start seeing video progression go down. I mentioned that in my Discord last night. I don't even know if I'm going to upload my round 2 and 3 videos I recorded from this weekend. I'll see if I end up doing that. This is just taking all of the fun out of the game for me right now. It's just way too frustrating. But sorry, this is not the video I want to record, but it is kind of what it is. Now, there is something else I want to kind of discuss regarding this. Dark Dimension 7 happened on March 15th. This is where we got Mephisto. About 6 months later, we got Odin for Dark Dimension 8. We are finishing up the Age of X right now, so probably in about 5 to 6 months, we're probably going to be getting that purple 4 and 5 ISO, would be my guess. If that comes with the Dark Dimension, it would not surprise me. So that's going to end up being about August, September time. So it's going to line up around the same time we got Odin, or maybe another Dark Dimension. Now, why do I bring this up? If we go up here, this has Gear Tier 20 on here. It was talking before that the next progression path would end up being the purple 4 and purple 5 ISO. So purple 5 is going to be the next step on here. So it's going to be Overpowered 12, purple 5, and that's going to be kind of what that's going to lead into. So this is going to make it to where the Krakens and high spenders are going to have probably about a 2-month head start on all these progression paths for us. So that's going to kind of affect all of these levels down here, because if somebody's a high spender coming into the game, they're going to be able to jump up very quickly on these ranks, and these newer plays that start at the same time is going to be experiencing this overpowered situation that all of us endgame players kind of are experiencing right now. So do be warned about that. So August, September would be my estimation for when Purple 5 ends up coming out. And I really hope that the new things coming to the game can make it to where the overpowered is bearable for a lot of these players. But let me know what you guys think. Sorry I was so salty, angry, and frustrated, but that's kind of how I feel right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe. I know I didn't like this video. Take care.